Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Modern English Structure paper, which is Introduction to English Speech Sounds, paper number 9, semester 5 of BA third year optional English. Today in this video, we are going to talk about intonation. What exactly intonation is? Why is it important in our speech? And in what way can we intonate a single utterance are some of the important aspects that we are going to deal with. Every language is spoken with a varying pitch. What do you mean by pitch? Pitch is the number of times our vocal cords vibrate per second. That is, the number of times they open and close in 1 second is called as the pitch of the voice. Sometimes the pitch of our speech goes up, especially when we are excited, especially when we hear something very shocking. So we talk at the highest pitch of our voice. Sometimes it might come down when we are depressed, when we are not in a good mood. You talk in a very low tone. Or maybe sometimes it remains steady. Different patterns of variations in the pitch of the voice constitute the intonation of a language. In general, it is observed that the pitch of women is a bit high. That is, the number of times the vocal cords vibrate per second is more among women, and that's why their voice is at a higher pitch and with a shrilled expression. Many a times it happens that among men, the pitch of the voice is a bit low and the vocal cords vibrate for less number of times and they talk at a lower pace or pitch. Normally, the pitch of the voice is determined by the vocal cords and their vibration, and because many of the lean people have in their throat a sort of expression which is called as Adam's apple, that could be seen in the throat from the outside of the vocal box. It is because of the presence of this Adam's apple that the pitch would be a bit less, or maybe a bit coarse, or maybe a bit serious, or maybe a bit low. And among women, where Adam's apple is rarely seen, even among the lean people, the pitch of the voice is a bit high. Depending upon the type of the pitch that has been used, the language is supposed to be intonated. It refers to the patterns of variation of the pitch in human voice, which also is called as the tone, that is used in the utterances. Let us see as to what this tone or tunes are. In the diagram, you could see high, mid, and low. The high is the highest limits of human voice. Low is the lowest limit of human voice, and mid is exactly the middle. The native speakers of English identify 6 different types of tones or tunes. If the pitch of the tone falls from very high to very low, it is called as the high fall. As you could see in the first diagram, the speaker has started at a higher pitch, and from the high pitch, it immediately falls down to mid and to low also. And because it is taking the path of high, mid, and low, it's called as the high fall. Sometimes the speaker must be talking in the middle pitch and might fall low. When the pitch falls in the mid level to a very low level, it's called as the low fall. So in the falling tone, we have the high fall, where the tone falls from the highest pitch to the lowest pitch, or it could be low fall, where it falls from the middle pitch to the lower pitch. High and low falls are the upper and lower limits of human voice, and in practice, for the non-native speakers, both high fall and low fall combine to form only one tone, which is called as the falling tone. So we are speaking in a particular level and we fall down. So when you say, my name is Ravi, so you say, my name is in one pitch, and when you say Ravi, because you are ending the sentence with a full stop, you just fall down. If you don't fall down, it doesn't look like an assertive sentence. My name is Ravi. If you raise up, it is as if you are asking a question and not giving the answer. So, normally for all the answers that you give, you fall down. You talk at a level, normally you start from the middle level and you fall down. Sometimes in the states of excitement or happiness, you start at a higher pitch and then you fall down. It could be high fall and low fall. Both combined for a non-native speakers like all of us is called as the falling tone, where the pitch falls down. I read the book. So I read you will speak in one particular tone, and the book, you fall down, right? So this is what is called as the falling tone. Both the tones, high fall and low fall, combine to form only one, which is called as the falling tone. The second variety of tones that you have is the rising tone. It could be a high rise, where the pitch or the tone rises from the mid level to the higher level, or maybe low to the higher level, where it is called as the high rise. While if the pitch rises from low to mid level, it is called as the low rise. So you have the high rise, where the pitch starts from the mid or low level and goes to the highest level. Or you could have the low rise, where it starts from the lower level and goes to mid, or the middle level and goes to high. That's it. So you have the high rise and low rise. A native speaker can easily make out the distinction between high rise and low rise. But in practice, for the non-native speakers like all of us, both these tones of high rise and low rise combine to form only one, which is called as the rising tone. Normally, rising tone is used when you ask a yes-no type of question. Have you understood the class? Have you understood at one level the class? Are you coming to the market? Are you coming at one level the market? You raise up, so that in the speech it looks like a question. You never speak it as, are you coming to the market? My name is Ravi. No. If it's a normal sentence, you fall down. And if it's a yes-no type of sentence, you rise up. So, my name is Ravi. Are you coming to the market? You raise up. So, when you're raising up, you start the sentence at a leveled pitch, maybe mid or maybe low, and you rise up a little bit to sound it as a question. And when you fall down, it sounds like an answer. Is your name Hema? A question. Yes, my name is Hema. You fall down, an answer. So for normally yes-no type of questions, you raise up, and for the answers, you fall down. Two important tones are there. One is the falling tone, where you fall down of a particular pitch, and the rising tone, where you rise up of a particular pitch. Apart from this, we also have two more tones. The first is what is called as the fall-rise tone. Fall-rise tone is if the pitch falls from the mid level to the low level, and again you immediately rise up. It's called as the falling rising tone. Now this falling rising tone could be within one syllable or could be in two syllables also. If it is within the same syllable, it is called as the falling rising, and if it is distributed between two, it's called as the falling and rising, where it is divided, as you could see in the second picture. The first picture, you talk at the mid level, you fall down to the low and immediately rise to the mid. So fall and rise. And the second diagram, you could see that you start your speech at the mid level, you fall down and you utter another syllable there, and then for this next syllable you rise up. So it is divided fall rise. So the fall rise could be within one syllable or maybe on two different syllables also, when it is called as divided. That's good. Good. You're falling down and rising up. So sometimes, mostly in the sarcastic situation or ironical expressions, you tend to fall down and then raise up, when it is called as a falling rising tone. The next that you have is what is called as a rising falling tone, where you start your speech at a lower level, you rise up and then again you fall down. As you had the fall rise and divided fall rise, similarly you have rise fall and divided rise fall also, depending upon the rising and falling tone is given on one syllable or two different syllables. So, so you're rising up and falling down, as if you don't believe in the speaker and he says that he was not well and so he didn't come to meet you. So you rise up and you fall down, as if to say that you don't believe in the speaker. So normally the falling rising will express an ironical expression or sarcastic expression, and rising falling will express a sort of disbelief. In this way, we have 6 different types of tunes. The high fall, low fall. The high rise, the low rise. The falling rising and the rising falling. In this way, a native speaker, while speaking English, can make out 6 different types of tones or tunes. But in practice, the fall-rise tone is more commonly used than the rise-fall tone, and hence the second language learners are supposed to be familiar with the fall-rise tone. Thus, there are 3 important tones in English that we need to practice as second language learners. Number 1, the falling tone. Number 2, the rising tone. Number 3, the fall-rise tone. Though there are certain rules as to where we should use the falling tone, where we should use the rising tone, and where we need to use the fall rise tone, the same word also can have all the 3 tones expressed with a difference in meaning. Look at these examples. Good morning, you're falling down. Good morning, you're falling down would mean that genuinely you are wishing your students good morning. When you say good morning, when you raise up, it would mean it is almost 4 o'clock in the evening and you say, good morning? What are you talking? A sense of disbelief is observed, or a sense of anger is observed when you raise the tone. Good morning, as if you are giving a sarcastic expression. So now it is good morning for you at 12 o'clock in the noon is the ironical expression. So the same word good morning with a falling tone means a genuine expression. With a rising tone means a sort of anger, and with a fall rise tone would mean an ironical expression. Similarly are the other examples. Let us take the second one. Okay. This is a very commonly used word. Okay. Would mean when you are falling down, it would mean that you are listening to somebody and you are agreeing with him and following him. Okay. You taught this and you want me to agree? I disagree with you. A sort of anger, a sort of disagreement has been observed when okay is given a rising tone. Okay. Somebody has told you a story about why he or she is late. You don't believe in it. And in a very ironical way, okay. Fall down and rise up to say that you don't believe the story. Similarly is very nice. When you see something and genuinely express your opinion, you'll give a falling tone. Very nice. You agree with it and you appreciate it. When you give a rising tone, very nice, you show me this piece of work or this piece of cloth and you want me to say very nice, it's horrible. I don't agree with you. So when you give a rising tone, a sort of anger and disagreement are other. Very nice. So nice that I don't want it. A sort of sarcastic expression or ironical expression, vyangya expression has been observed. Similarly is the example, thank you. Thank you. Falling would mean that you genuinely are thanking somebody. Thank you. You have done this and you want me to thank you? A sort of angry filled question has been asked if you give a rising tone. Thank you. Some other meaning. Not an agreement, not a disagreement. A sort of sarcastic expression is observed when you give a falling rising tone. Similarly is today. Today. You fall down. I will do this work today. So you genuinely agree. Today? Now it is 6 o'clock in the evening and you want me to come to the office today? So a sort of angry, a sort of disgust, a sort of question. How can I come now? Is the expression. Today is a sort of sarcastic expression or ironical expression that we could find. Similarly is the word all right. All right. All right by a doctor to the patient would mean that yes, he seems to be all right. All right. I'm suffering a lot and you say that I'm all right? The question is, all right, I'll come. You need not come. A sort of dubious way of expression or ironical expression is observed when you fall down and rise up. So in that way, the same word might have a falling tone to mean something, a raising tone to mean something else, and a fall rise tone to mean altogether different sarcastic or ironical expressions. We should be acquainted with all these tones and the change of the pitch of the voice of the speaker also, in order to understand what exactly the speaker is trying to talk to us or communicate us. Otherwise, we miss the entire point of communication totally. And that's why intonation plays a very, very important role in communicating the meaning in language. Thank you very much for being a part of this introductory video on intonation. Stay tuned for the next videos to know more about where we need to use all these three tones and how to use them to communicate the appropriate meaning that we want to communicate. Thank you and bye for now.